of the beat. You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Hustle for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
What's up? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Come on in, get the likes up on the video. What's up? How y'all doing? Come on in. Happy hump day. Happy Wednesday. I got my lime water. Y'all know I keeps me a good little glass of water and whatnot. You see what I'm saying? Them put the limes in there. I didn't have time to cut it how I wanted, so I just squeezed it in there. But I keep me a little glass of little water. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all drink y'all water. Come on in. Happy Wednesday. Shout out to everybody in the building. Let me start off by saying this. I meditated today and I prayed and I asked the sun to make an appearance, because what I'm noticing, and I'm pretty sure y'all notice it too out there in the world, whenever them planes fly over the sky and leave them trails of smoke, chemtrails, don't it seem like for some odd reason we get gloomy weather right after that? You see what I'm saying? But today I got up and went and walked this morning, and I just could not see the sun, and I meditated to see the sun, and the sun is out. So yeah, man, y'all be careful out here in these streets and appreciate time in the sun, because that's what nourishes us and feeds us, y'all. But get the likes up on the video. Shout out to everybody in the building. It is Wednesday. Shout out. Oh, one more thing I want to say. Yesterday, as soon as we got off a live, they took my Joce down. Yes, they did. They took the whole Joce down, according to them, because even though I didn't play Samuel L. Jackson saying what he said, I didn't play the audio and the video of the awards. Even though I was talking over just the video of the awards people tried to strike me and was like, that's copyright. And I'm like, how? First of all, I didn't even play the audio with the video. And then on top of that, I added educated commentary on top. So they snatched it as soon as we got off, girl. Snatched it down to the ground. I was panicking. Then I had realized I could edit it on my computer and re-uploaded it. And then I woke up this morning saying that I won the strike. I won the appeal because I appealed it. Because I'm like, no way. And I won the appeal, and the video is back up. So if you see the Morning Joes twice, I'll edit the other one. One is a re-upload and the other one is the original one, but that's because they, but y'all already know how it is. When you start talking too much truth, the devil get busy. But we ain't doing no tripping, though. We ain't doing no tripping because we still outside Monday through Friday as we always do. I'm protected. You get it? So come on in, get the likes up on the video. Shout out to everybody in the building. Let's do the morning announcements as follows. First of all, Black America, if you don't do anything else, please do your genealogy, girl. Speaking of, you know who did their genealogy or who spoke about it recently again? Tariq Nasheed. Did y'all see that? Tariq Nasheed, I was listening to his live on YouTube, and apparently he got into it. Should I add that to the docket? I think I might add Reek. I seen Tariq Nasheed, this African came on there and was trying to get banter with Tariq. And then Tariq started going back saying, to be completely honest, through my genealogy, this is what Tariq said. He said, I can play it for y'all now. He said, through my genealogy, I ain't even find no Africans. That's what he said. He said, I went and did my genealogy and I ain't even find no Africans. He also said that they can't find no slave ships. Now, many things came to my mind. I ain't going to say them out loud here. But what I'm telling y'all is do your genealogy. All your faves already have their genealogy. They do. All your faves already have their genealogy. But I would ask y'all to ask your faves, why come you got your genealogy, but you're not preaching it to us to get our genealogy? you should squint your eyes. You see what I'm saying? But anyways, I was saying all that to say, just like Tariq Nasheed has done his genealogy and has not found an African, you Black America need to be doing the genealogy as well to figure out who it is, where you come from, and what is in your lineage. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. So if you don't do anything, Black America, please start that genealogy. It's just a family tree. And like I tell y'all all the time, everybody is not that type of person to sit down and want to do a family tree. I'm kind of a middle girl. I could do it or I don't have to. But there's some people who like see that type of work and be like, ugh, oh my God, that's cool. Find somebody in your family who can make the tree, who can track the genealogy. There's somebody in everybody's family who's curious about where they came from. Y'all just need to start talking to each other and figuring out who that is and give them the reins to go start the genealogy. So please, if you don't do nothing else, do genealogy. Also as well, please, Black America, ground, meditate, pray. We got to get back to the Most High God. We got a lot going on in this spiritual warfare. We are under so many attacks. It's ridiculous. We actually going to talk about world spells today. But ultimately, y'all need to be in tune with the Most High, whoever source, whoever you believe in, you need to be in tune with them. So please, y'all, do your genealogy. And then also, what did I say? Oh, ground, meditate, and pray. Now, we got to get into a few things on the docket today. I might pull Tariq video up today. If not today, maybe another day. Remind me. But I got, I don't know if I'm going to do that either. But let's get into it. Jasmine Crockett lost her election for U.S. Senate, and now she's threatening to sue Dallas. We'll get into that. Bill Clinton and his Epstein deposition interrogation, him and his wife. What I want to ask Negroes is, why come they get a pass on being interrogated for him, Bill, being down at the Epstein Island? We gonna get into it because I seen a lot of Black people in there and they love to do that. Well, why they don't ask about this one? Well, why they don't ask about that one? Well, why did like, yeah. I forgot where I was going with that. I forgot what I was even saying. What was I going? Was I talking about Bill? Oh, yeah, Bill Clinton. So what I was saying was everybody's worried about the next person and not what we was dealing with, which is Bill Clinton, and why y'all still like him, even though he was down there at the Epstein Island getting rubbed down, allegedly, by kids. I'll drop my pen. Then we also have Black beauty products. You know, I was literally in the mirror this morning or today when I got out the shower and I slicked my hair down because y'all know I'm bald head now. You feel what I'm saying? For those in the bike, I am bald head. That's why I'm on here looking like a bowling ball right now. You see what I'm saying? So, yay. But anyways, that's not the point I was making. This is where I was trying to go with it. Look, I was in there and I said, damn, I need something to slick my edges because I have natural hair. And I looked at the edge control that I use, and I know that all that stuff had that formaldehyde and all that stuff that's bad for black women. And I thought to myself, man, I wish I knew a store or a company that sold a product by us, made by us and for us, so that we can have it that doesn't have these poisons. And soon as I got on the internet, I saw a video about Black beauty products, and it's not just the weaves, because I need Black American women to understand this. A lot of people feel like, oh, if I get rid of the weaves, I'm good. That's not the case. They putting it in the shampoo and the conditioners, the edge controls, the grease, the moisturizer. It's in everything. And now it's time more than any time. I don't know who need to hear it. We're going to get into it when we get there. But now is the time more than any time for somebody and for us, for more than one people, to get on their Madam CJ Walker and start creating our own products. Not creating a brand and allowing some company overseas who work with Temu and them to just make it and ship it with your label on it. No, 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 no. Now is the time more than any time that we have to start creating our own brands from scratch, from the kitchen. From the kitchen. Yay. Yay. You see what I'm saying? Now, some of us are chemists. Shout out to the Black American chemists who you can work with. And if you're lucky enough to work with them, Cool. But it's a lot of kitchen witches need to come back. I'm just saying in a good way. Now, I got to be careful when I say kitchen witches, but you know what I mean? A lot of healers, we need y'all back because all of this stuff we got for our hair is poison. So we're going to get into that. Then we're going to get into world spells and how the whole world gets put under spells periodically. And then Samuel L. Jackson. Apparently, Samuel L. Jackson is around here saying he an African Bantu now. We gonna get into it. Y'all get in here, get the likes up on the video. Shout out to everybody in the building. I really be hoping, listen, I swear to God, when I say it's time for us to start making and creating our own, it ain't gotta be just hair products. I mean, period. Now is the time while the clears are battling the clears and everybody windmilling on each other. Black America, it is the time, it is imperative that we prepare. We can't just be sitting back watching TV, laughing and pointing. We need to be working because when all the dust settles around us, we need to be able to step right into where we belong. And that is first. The last shall be first. The first shall be last. If you are a creator in any aspect of the idea or the word, I don't give a damn if you create sounds or if you create leaves. Any type of creator, it is time that you come out and you start creating. The world needs you now more than ever because we are coming up on this whole situation, or we have come up, on a situation where everything that we have is coming from the enemy who want us dead. So again, I don't care what you create. I don't care how you create it. And some of y'all might not even believe you creators until you sit down and think about what it is you do on a day-to-day basis. I told y'all we get these gifts. We have these gifts from the Most High God. Every single one of us have them. We just don't know how to find them for the most part. Most of us. But once you sit down and realize that you create something, and everybody's not a creator, but we are. Once you realize what you can create, you need to start looking into that and honing in on that because the world needs it. So, yeah, when I saw that whole product thing with the beauty stuff, I literally was in the mirror like, Lord, I don't even want to use this stuff. I just, you know what I mean? Like, I guess when you come into an awakening about stuff, because it was kind of like when I came into the awakening about perms. When I came into my awakening about perms and how it was causing cancer and all that, it really was the cancer that made me throw the perms away. So I said, oh, hell no. And now that I'm looking at the doggone edge control, the shampoo, and girl, I'm over here losing my mind because I'm like, we need our own stuff. Like I said, not nobody slapping a label on day stuff. We need our own stuff, you know. But anyways, we'll get into all of that, y'all. Come on in, get the likes up on the video. Hold on, I ain't even opened my what you call them. Let me give y'all a commercial break while I do that. But before I do that, let me read these super chats. What you cooking? Thank you for the super chat. Says, boo, happy Wednesday. Did you see Unc got the trademark? Oh, honey, you got to go to the dollhouse. I went live about that yesterday. Yes, I did. I did see Unc get the trademark, allegedly. We broke down. There's 5, 6. How many open trademarks they have on Unc? Yeah, who was in the chat last night when we did the live at the dollhouse? Y'all go check out my live at the dollhouse about Mr. Tendernism. What I did was I went to the United States Patent and Trademark Office website and I pulled up it was 5. Thank you, Nanny. It was 5. They have 5 different trademarks filed on the Tendernism name. The live is from yesterday, y'all. When we get off here, go check it out. And it's really a race of who filed it first. We did confirm that the black lawyer did file it first, but then the way that it's filed and then the goods and services and the statuses is filed up under, it's a big old cluster. It's a huge cluster. I don't even, and like I told y'all yesterday, it's so many people filed the damn trademark. I don't understand how Unc could sell anything under it. It's too much confusion, but again, I don't know. Yeah, I saw it. Thank you, what you're cooking. Y'all go check that live out yesterday. We broke it down. Miss Parker, thank you for the super chat. Says, I'm working on my hair care products now. Hit the like button. It's free. There it goes. See what I'm saying? Thank you, Miss Parker. For real. Even if you start making it for yourself, because let me tell you something. Just like Madam CJ Walker and the lady who ran up on her, a lot of this stuff be stuff people made for themselves. And then they realize it works so good. And they be like, girl, I could bottle this and sell it. That's literally how you create your own generational wealth. That's how you create a whole lifestyle for yourself. Start in the kitchen. Start with the little stuff. You'd be surprised the stuff your soul remembers and you pick back up. You see what I'm saying? So anyways, I'm sorry, y'all. Let's get into the show. Before we do that, I do have a couple of honorable mentions that I would like to get with you, talk to you guys about. Oh, did y'all see they got Jay-Z in on the Epstein files too? Honey, it's just too much at this point. It's just entirely too much. Let's go with this girl. So I've noticed that it is very trendy in 2026 and beyond for the girls to want to go to Dubai. Why? You want me to be honest? Because Portia was in Dubai and all of them other girls on the internet and on Instagram was going to Dubai and take pictures. The only reason a lot of Black American women started going to Dubai was for two things. I'm sorry. To be a follower, to make it look like you got it, or to get peed on. But either way, a big influx of Black American women traveling to Dubai started happening, and I saw all of these followers, and I sat there and just shook my head. Then on top of that, we've seen so many Black American people go over to Dubai and get caught up in trouble. Now, in normal situations or in a regular situation, I would be like, to hell with it. And honestly, part of me, a very small part of me, feels like to hell with it with this girl, but I will say it ain't all the way her fault. So because it is now trendy to go to Dubai, everybody in their mom want an Instagram video and picture of them on a camel with all of the clothes on in the desert so they can look like they well-traveled and look like they done did this, that, and the third. And this young lady decided to make her birthday trip to Dubai and ended up stuck because they have a whole war going on. Remember, America's at war with everybody else at war. Black America don't understand this because we have been line dancing and chilling. But if we don't keep our ear to the streets and pay attention, we won't realize what's really going on behind the scenes. The fact of the matter is this young lady got stranded because of the ongoing war. She can't get a flight out, and now she's looking for Donald Trump to help her. I feel bad for her, but I don't know if that's going to work. Let's get into y'all. Let me say this too. Before y'all get to traveling, let's start looking into what's going on. Don't just go because my girl just got back and it looked like they had fun. No. Let's start checking out these places to make sure everything is good before we get there. Let's get into it, y'all. Like the video.
As you know, I'm the girl that decided to spend her 30th birthday in Dubai. And I'm coming on here very humbly, asking my president to just seize it. I'm an American taxpaying citizen.
Did this girl ask him to cease the war? Did she just say ask him to cease it? The war? You think he gonna stop the war so you can get home? Oh, girl.
And I've now been stuck over here since the 24th. I've been blessed to be able to buy 3 different flights from 3 different airlines, and they've all been canceled. I don't know who this will reach. I don't know if it'll reach anyone. But I am not the person who gets on here like this. But I am desperate to get home to my family. So I'm asking, I'm pleading, please just, whoever can help us, please just help. And it's not even about the financial part. We just don't have a way out. Every time we try, it gets canceled. So I'm putting myself out here on the internet, as humble as I know how, to just get some help. Thank you.
Hey, y'all. So that's the young lady who's stuck in Dubai And again, I feel bad for her because like I feel like she just wanted to go have a birthday trip. But I feel like the source of her birthday trip was probably her being a follower. I want to go to Dubai. I want to take the picture. Not that it matters, but I think we need to start, instead of just going off of emotions, start using our head and start trying to make sure we know what's going on before we travel to these foreign countries. We all, listen, most people travel, right? Not most people, but a lot of people travel. I'm not saying that she's wrong for traveling. I think it's her birthday. She should have been able to pick anywhere on the planet to go. But you got to be mindful of what the climate is politically around the world before you just spin the little globe and stop on a place. You see what I'm saying? Because see, these girls on Instagram too, they still going back and forth to Dubai, but they getting peed on. They getting paid by billionaires to make sure they get back and forth. I don't know if the young lady has made it out of Dubai, but like she said, it ain't money. It sounds like she need a pilot in a plane, in a runway. You see what I'm saying? Sound like she need a lot, and it ain't nothing that you or I could do. We can make a lot of noise on the internet, but I don't know. I just hope that she gets it together. I would say Black America right now. If you travel abroad, because I'm not saying don't travel, because some people have to travel. If you travel abroad, please check into where you are going to make sure politically things are okay. Because what you would hate to do is get your things together to travel and be stuck in a Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Because you know it's crazy right there, like that going out over there. Or to be stuck in Dubai, especially a place like Dubai. They don't play like that. You see what I'm saying? So y'all please get the likes up and check on everything. Now, did y'all see Matthew Knowles jumped up and left out of a doggone interview? So Matthew Knowles does this interview, and it was asking about who made the girls from Destiny's Child. And apparently, according to Matthew Knowles, or from what I see, he don't like when people say Tina helped make Destiny's Child. According to Matthew Knowles, he said all Tina did was comb their hair. Picked out a few outfits. He said, but now mind you, I can hear the quiet part out loud. So when the man was like, oh, Tina must have helped, she did. He said, well, what did she do? And then the man said, oh, she combed their hair. He said, okay. Then he said, well, what else she did? Oh, she washed their clothes. He said, okay. And then the quiet part came, and immediately I heard him say on the inside, that bitch ain't did nothing. That bitch ain't did nothing but lay it on her back and let me skeet off in there and make these sure. That's all. That's what I got. Okay, now I could be wrong, but that's what I got. Either way, he didn't like the line of questioning, and he ends up leaving out of the audition, y'all. Y'all got to check this out. Matthew Knowles got to stop. Let's get into it.
Your flowers. I said the same thing to Tina Knowles. You guys put in the work, and obviously the talent was there with your kids and your grandkids.
What work did she put in?
In the hair.
Okay,
clothing,
yeah, you're absolutely right. And the styling.
The styling.
The imaging, you're right.
She claimed to have preyed on the name and different aspects of that.
Sure. Sure.
So, yeah. It's a joint effort.
We'll stop now.
Sorry, did I say something wrong?
No. We're good.
All right.
We're good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. You've earned your flowers. I said the same thing to.
That boy pulled the blue face. Y'all remember what Krishan said? It wasn't Blueface that put her on. It was Jesus. And remember, Blueface turned back and looked at Krishan and said, bitch, you trying to give Jesus my credit and I ain't going to let you do it? That's what I got from Matthew Knowles. Matthew Knowles said, yeah, she combed hair. Maybe add a little accent to the name. But that's it. Matthew Knowles got the hell up out of there. I think what he saw was that they trying to rewrite this narrative about who and what actually created Destiny's Child. And I know a lot of women gonna be mad when I say this, but just sleeping with the nigga don't mean you really put in half and half with the churn. Not even combing their hair and styling them means that Miss Tina Knowles was a equal contributor to Destiny's Child. We're not going to do that because she wasn't. They was Joe Jackson's by Matthew Knowles, him by himself. And that damn Tina Knowles, she the type of girl that be wanting you to doggone rewrite the narrative, and she be done paid this interviewer to have him say that in this interview to get him to do exactly what he did. I'm telling you. And like I say, a lot of women gonna feel some type of way because y'all think just being in the gym means you really did it or you really helped out. Yes, sitting with me while I shoot in the gym is great for company, but I broke the sweat and tears. Does that make sense? And that's kind of what I'm getting from Matthew Knowles. That's why he got the hell up out of there. He saw the play. Oh, yeah, y'all trying to get up here and say that Tina and me did this together when Tina ain't did a goddamn thing. And I see people talking about the clothes, girl. I remember them clothes. They looked at a mess. And none of y'all went and bought the house of Darion. All right, now can we talk? Because y'all didn't go buy it. Y'all didn't go buy it. Y'all did not go buy it. I seen like 3 girls with the house of Darion. Y'all ain't had that on. Girl, bye. Tina couldn't dress. She couldn't dress them girls. And she couldn't sell no clothes. And this is the worst part. She was selling House of Darion during the time where everybody had the same jeans. The apple bottom type of jeans. She couldn't even sell them bastards. Girl, please. Tina ain't. I'm with Matthew on this one. I'm ready to walk out the interview right now. At this point. You feel what I'm saying? They looked at a mess. They looked at a mess. They looked at a mess. They did. All 4 of them looked at a mess when Tina was dressing them. Yes, they did. And Beyonce looked at the best, or she had the best sort of outfit, but they still looked a mess. Mm-hmm. Y'all ain't buying not one pair of House of Darion jeans, so don't come on here acting like what I'm saying is foreign. If I say put a 3 in the chat if you got apple bottom jeans, the 3s will start flowing. But then when I say put a 3 in the chat if you got the House of Darion jeans back in the day, then y'all will be looking for the 2s and the 4s. You see what I'm saying? So please. Miss Tina was a clear woman cosplaying a Creole in our face. And I told y'all too, you know Matthew Knowles is related to Marvin Gaye, who's related to Berry Gordy, who's related to Jimmy Carter. I told y'all this the other day. Let's move on. Let's move on. I told y'all this the other day. 23andMe. All these girls, all these people who are going around taking these 23andMe tests, please stop. It is fake. If you have taken one, don't even trip. Just do your genealogy so you can get the real ideas. Let me tell you something about this 23andMe, man. And all y'all that was sending your DNA off to these labs. Outside of the fact that I think they're doing something with your DNA, let me start by saying this. 23andMe, all of these for entertainment only companies were literally making it trendy with celebrities for you to go and do these tests so they can do all type of diabolical things to your history, to your lineage, and to your mind, okay? Because a lot of us saw, I know I was there, we saw all these celebrities doing all of these commercials and all of these interviews talking about the 23andMe thing, but you never hear them talk about genealogy because they know that leads to the truth. But either way, a lot of people went and got these genealogies. A lot of people went and done these tests. And in these tests, most Black Americans got ancestry, according to the test, in Africa, but hardly little to none in America. And that should have been the first red flag, because even if you believe in the transatlantic slave trade, you know for a fact you've been here at least 5 to 6 generations. So how in the hell will my lineage not ever tie back to anything here? That should have been the first red flag. If I had taken the test, that would have been for me. However, most people don't do research. They just go with what they got and just go from there. So people did just that. Fast forward, people started coming out showing y'all that these tests are fake, because outside of it being proven that they were for entertainment purposes, people started doing stuff like test their dogs, test their cats, test their pets, and the pets were getting actual results. Here's a video of a man doing that, showing y'all basically how those tests are full of crap. And this is the worst part. People have taken these tests and really altered their lives around the results of these tests when they are all a bunch of bull and a bunch of lies. Let's get into it.
I wanted to see what would happen if I sent my pet lizard DNA into 23andMe.
They
So
better
with the
not
help of
have been
my
scamming
wife,
us.
we extracted enough saliva to send off in the mail. We were so excited to see the results.
Oh,
After
let's see.
about 3 months, we were shocked. My lizard was 51% Ashkenazi.
They've been
Jewish.
lying.
He was also 48% West Asian.
What the?
This was really interesting. They
What
also
is
gave us
this?
a little bit of his background and his history.
What is
What he likes
this?
to eat, etc. Let us know which animal's DNA we should send in next. I wanted to see what would happen if I sent my pet lizard DNA into 23andMe.
If you go on TikTok and you search up animal DNA tests or something like that, you'd be surprised the amount of videos. And it was mostly clear people who was testing their dogs, their cats, their birds. Girl, they was testing all type of stuff and sending these tests off, and the results will come back with real results, like in real life. And they've been exposed this stuff, but this type of stuff never got pushed to the top of the algorithm because remember, we're going to talk about world spells. Y'all were under the spell, the witchcraft to believe that this thing is real, and it's not. This is why I'm telling y'all, do your genealogy. All of that other stuff is cap. Can't nobody tell you that government documented paperwork is cap, okay? They can lie and say you got 10% of this and 20% of that. Black and white is what it is. Do your genealogy, Black America. If you want to find out who you are, you have to do your genealogy. If you want reparations, you have to do your genealogy. But y'all come on in and get the likes up on the video. Let's get into the actual show right now. I want to start with, where do I start? Let's start with Jasmine Crockett. So y'all like the video, please, please, please. We got to get into this Jasmine Crockett thing. So y'all know Jasmine Crockett was running for U.S. Senate down in Dallas. Well, apparently they had the count for the votes last night, and she lost. Well, before she realized she lost, she was saying that basically she wanted to have the votes counted up before the end of the night or something like that, and couldn't get it counted up. So she was already riled up, ready to sue everybody, feeling like that this was going to go left. And then ultimately she lost, and then she came back and said she's going to sue. But let me just say this. A lot of Black Americans are very clever to the Jasmine Crockett character. There is a sector of Black Americans who really believe in this slut, and they are lost. But the ones of us who have waken up to see the BS, we don't rock with no Jasmine Crockett. Everything Jasmine Crockett says and does are for immigrants. Every single thing. She never advocates for Black Americans. Never, ever, ever. Everything she advocates for is for the foreigners. Whenever she mentioned Black Americans, you know what she does? She mentioned our struggle to give our pain and our rewards and resources to the enemy. Jasmine Crockett is trash. That's probably why she lost. But if you let Jasmine Crockett tell it, it's a conspiracy. It's a scheme that Todd set up. But she don't understand that people don't like her. So, like I said, last night, she was on there asking them to count up the votes. They wouldn't do it. And she did a few videos before she ultimately lost. And we're going to get into it. It says, Jasmine Crockett breaks her silence after Texas Supreme Court made a decision to temporarily block a judge's order to extend polling hours. The ruling introduced uncertainty into already competitive Democratic primary for U.S. Senate. State Representative James Tallarico and Representative Jasmine Crockett remain in a closely watched race. Then it says earlier this evening, a Dallas County judge ruled that Democratic polling locations should remain open beyond the standard 7 p.m. local time closing. The extension allowed voters additional time to cast their ballots. However, the state's highest court intervened and reversed that decision. The Texas Supreme Court ordered that all ballots cast by voters who are not in line by 7 p.m. be separated from the rest of the day's vote. So this is what it sounds like. Sounds like they wanted the polls open past 7 p.m. and everybody was cool with it to the last minute. Then it came back and was like, yeah, nah, we're not doing it. So anybody who casted a vote or got in the line past 7 p.m., their votes was not counted in the original count. Seems like they were counted later or at least separated from the original count. Jasmine didn't like this. Let's get into what Jasmine had to say about it, because she was already talking about threatening to sue because she felt like it was a scheme that Todd set up. And it may be, because I know politics is very nasty, but Jasmine, the people don't like you.
So that's my news, is that we're not going to have election results tonight, in my opinion, based upon what specifically is taking place in Dallas County. Unfortunately, this is what Republicans like to do. And so they specifically targeted Dallas County, and I think we all know why.
Y'all notice how whenever y'all dealing with politics, if you're on the right side, everything that goes wrong is the left fault. And if you're on the left side, everything that goes wrong is the right side. Y'all ever notice that? It's a way to keep you divided.
So I want you to enjoy yourselves, but I won't be back tonight because I have no idea of when we're going to get results, and I fully anticipate it won't be until tomorrow. So I love y'all too. Thank you so very much for being here. Love you down. I love you down, Dallas.
That's another phrase I be hearing a lot too that I made up. I ain't make it up, but I coined or created or brought it to the internet. Down, I love you down. That came, yeah. But anyway, listen, girl, people don't want you in no office. People don't like her. They don't.
Red has already stated, we encourage each and every one of you to remain resilient. We cannot allow this type of behavior to be rewarded, because so long as they know that they can win, even if it means cheating, then they will continue to do it. So I am asking you, I am begging you to make sure that you go ahead and figure out where it is that you are supposed to vote, stand in line, wait in line. Red has already stated, we encourage each and every.
Okay. So yeah, she was running for Senate, and you notice how Black Senate done left. Normally when she a bunch or she's in front of a lot of Black people, the accent goes, cause, and now it's, oh, well, we need to understand. Yeah, it's just the fakeness for me. Now here it is. She says she filed in a lawsuit. It says Jasmine Crockett says she is filing a lawsuit after the Texas Supreme Court ordered Democratic primary votes in Dallas County that were cast after 7 p.m. to be separated and not be counted. Okay, so anybody who got in line after 7 was not counted. So let me go back. So according to what we got is basically the polls closed at 7. Jasmine wanted the polls to extend it, or at least the polling hours to be extended. She got them extended, or she got the hours extended, and then the Supreme Court judge came in and said, hell no. And anybody who was counted after 7 don't count. Got it. I got it. It goes on to say, it says poll hours were supposed to be extended until 9 p.m. via a court order, but reversal by the Supreme Court says Texas Attorney General's office was not properly notified about the extension. And then it says Williams County, however, had polls open until 10 p.m. What do you think? So it's really a matter of Jasmine felt like they should have counted the votes that happened after 7 because she was approved. But a Supreme Court judge came in and said, nope, and said, we're not counting nothing after 7. So now she's suing. Let's get into it.
None of the returns out of Dallas County are quite in yet. Dallas County should have the second largest voter participation of any county in this state. We don't have any of the results because there was a lot of confusion today. And so, our Democratic Party chair, Cardall Coleman, he beat me to the punch as myself and Colin Allred were about to file a lawsuit to keep the voting polls open. We were able to keep the polls open. but I can tell you now that people have been disenfranchised. The reason that we knew that there were problems is because we were receiving the phone calls and the emails. The polls were supposed to stay open until 9, according to a court. None of the returns out of Dallas County are quite in the court order. The Supreme Court, just a few minutes ago, just said, shut it down. The Supreme Court also said that they are to separate any votes out that came in after 7 p.m. So here's the deal. I have no idea how it is that clerks are going to know who was in line by what time, because the rule is that if you're in line by 7, then you get to vote. And so once there was a court order saying you had until 9, I'm sure that there were people that joined the line after 7. They now are telling them that you have to separate the votes out. What this means is that we will not know what votes are to be tallied from Election Day out of Dallas County. For sure, we won't know that tonight. Court order. So knowing that Dallas County is a big dump of votes, we, in my opinion, will not know the election results overall tonight. We need to see the Dallas County votes to see where they are. I mean, if the early vote comes in, which we may have the early vote soon, if it comes in and I'm losing Dallas County, then we know kind of where this thing is going. So so that's my news, is that we're not going to have election results tonight, in my opinion, based upon what specifically is taking place in Dallas County. Unfortunately, this is what Republicans like to do.
So basically, and I'm not gonna lie, she does have a point. It does sound like they screwed her over. It does sound like that, but still, that's what politicians do. When the left was doing it to the right, everybody had to shut up and eat. Now it's her turn. It is what it is. So now she's filing a lawsuit as if maybe she wants them to go back and see those votes to see if it would have made her loss or win margin a little closer. Because the last I saw from the last video, she was down 47% to 51%. And if that is toward the end of the night, that's a nice little gap. It's normally only really close when, don't it be when it's like 49% and 51? She had like 47% and he had like 50-something%. So I don't know. Either way, she's gonna sue, and I'm like, girl, bye. Please. The people themselves don't rock with Jasmine Crockett. Some of them do, but the people themselves do not rock with the girl Jasmine Crockett. Now let's move on. We got to get into this Bill Clinton saga, because what in the world is happening with Bill Clinton? This is what I want to know. I don't give a damn about the Epstein files, not because I care or don't care about the people or the kids. I refuse to allow the Epstein files to mess with my energy, to consume me. Because what I'm starting to find out is there are people who are obsessed with these Epstein files. Epstein this, Epstein this, Epstein this, Epstein that. And that's cool. It's just that I don't care, because in my mind, all of them devils is bad. I don't separate them. I don't need to look through the files to see who is who. Because to me, all them bitches is trash. I'm not like the average person. You see what I'm saying? But I see people are infatuated with these Epstein files up until a point. And when I say up until a point, the point I'm speaking of is up until they favorite. It's, oh my God, the Epstein Island was horrible. Anybody who was on the Epstein Island needs to be jailed and sent to prison until it's one of your people that you like. I don't understand. This is why I don't want no parts of the crap. I don't care who in the files. I'm surprised at who ain't in the files. You see what I'm saying? Because I told y'all from the beginning, these reptilians, these celebrities, these clears, all these people who y'all revere so much are evil demons. I've been told y'all that. But y'all said, not y'all, some people said I was a hater. Voodoo, who don't you like? Nobody. When y'all gonna catch up, Mustard? I don't like nobody. I don't trust them. It's too many of them I don't trust for me to say I trust that one. Wait a minute, I might trust that one. No, it's more y'all I don't trust. I don't trust and read none of them niggas. Said what I said. So when it comes to the Epstein files, like I said, I'm more surprised on who ain't in the files, not who in the files. But I think differently. But anyways, here it is. I thought Black America would have woken up out of this witchcraft that the Bill Clintons and them done put on y'all. For the longest, Black America, and I get it, it was the crack era when they put Bill Clinton in front of us. So we got to give it that. But for the longest, Black Americans loved them, this white boy. They would even say stupid stuff like he's the first Black president. Why? Because he got some head in the Oval Office? Why? Because he faked like he could play a saxophone on a doggone Arsenio Hall show, which was a setup to get you to like him in the first place? They got some Black Americans who love this white boy, and I will never understand the ideas in your head. I will never understand the chemistry of your brains. This the same white boy who had the crime bill who locked up all our parents and grandparents. This the same white boy who cracked down on the war against drugs. Come on, man. But niggas love him. So now all of a sudden I go into the comment section, as long as the Shade Room, the Neighborhood Talk, On Site, and all these other blog publications, if they put Epstein in like somebody that the world already says don't like, you should see the comments. Everybody in the comments, oh, they're demons, they're evil, they should all rot in prison, they should go to hell, I hate them and Epstein. Until it's one of their faves, then it's, well, why they ain't looking at the other one? Well, what about Trump though? Yeah, Bill was on the island. Yeah, they got pictures with him with little bitty girls. Yeah, he's smiling at the deposition paperwork like he know what happened. But what about Trump? And this is why I don't get in the middle of y'all with religion and politics, because y'all slow as turtles in politics too. The people in politics think they smarter than the religious people, but I'm not none. And I'm here to tell both of y'all, y'all slow as turtles. Y'all is. Slow as goddamn sloths. Y'all don't use y'all brains. It's like they put something over y'all head and y'all get to stop thinking. Bill Clinton ain't no different from Obama, ain't no different from Bush, ain't no different from Trump, ain't no different from none of these people. I'm of confusion. I am of serious confusion, grave confusion. Oh, my bad, though. We like Hillary. Yeah. It's all right if she stay with her husband, who not only cheats, but allegedly be on islands with children. That's all right, though, because we don't like Trump. We'll accept Bill allegedly in a disposition on the stand, talking about him being in inappropriate situations with babies, because we don't like Trump. Y'all different. That's why I don't want no parts of it. I ain't voting for shit. And y'all can come on here and tell me, but Voodoo, you're part of the problem. You don't vote. Shut your duck ass up. You part of the problem because you do vote. You part of the problem because you vote. Neither here nor there. Let's get into the disposition. Now, this is how cutthroat and dirty these politicians is. Now, they asking Hillary, like, hey, what about this with your husband? What about that with your husband? We got videos, pictures, your husband doing all type of inappropriate stuff. And look at Hillary. well, I what you want me to say? And they got women in the chat saying she right, holding her husband down. We know she ain't gonna leave her man. Are y'all insane? So Hillary gets to be with a pedophile, alleged pedophile, because he's a prior president? She get to stay married and stand by her pedophile prior president husband just because his name Bill Clinton? Yeah, I don't want no parts. Y'all could have the politics, Fat. Y'all can have the politics. Y'all can have the religion. Y'all can have it all. I'm good, love. Enjoy. But let's get into Hillary and responding to the people. I think it's disgusting. But if you look at the comments, look at this person. Why does she have to answer for his behavior? Ho, is you slow? She married a pedophile. Are you insane? The man is on stand for being questioned about being in compromising sexual. Are we here? Why does she have to? Oh my God, Jesus, take me away. Take me away. I don't belong here. I know I don't belong here. I don't belong here. Let's get into it. This is insanitary.
Has been in these photos with a young woman being massaged. What went through your mind?
I am not going to speculate.
You didn't have any feelings about young women massaging your husband?
I am not going to offer opinions or speculation about anything that I have no context for and was not there.
I'll give you an example. If I saw a picture with my wife, it's just really hard to be relevant. If my wife saw pictures with me as a grown man, hanging out with obviously or close to underage women, regardless if it was before we were married or not, it would be a question. And so what I'm asking you is, did any questions regarding those photographs come to your mind?
I am going to just as clearly as I can state, say I don't see the relevance of your question, and I am not going to talk about conversations that I had with my family, especially my husband.
Let's read the comments. Why does she have to answer for his behavior? Ask Melania Trump how she feels. She was at the party. A woman is not responsible for the actions of her husband. And these comments got tens of thousands of likes on them. Somebody said this is sad. Thank you. Can we stop calling underage women girls? Right. Those are girls. Fact. But look, yes, let's continue to question, chastise, and scrutinize women who were not there. That's the American way. I'm going to tell y'all now, to a lot of you black women in here, because it's a lot of y'all don't mind y'all churn and other kids being abused long as it's the husband that we like, or long as it's the man that we love, or long as it's the uncle or the... See, because I keep telling y'all don't want to have the conversation about the role women play in the abuse of children. Y'all don't want to talk about it. No, because then here come them weird ass feminist hoes hollering about, oh, no, because now y'all want to put a target on women back. If you married a man, Hillary, who is fondled or has been played with by underage people, and I'm trying to use my words correctly because you know YouTube on my neck. How then can we look at you as a woman, as a first lady, as all of these positions? You ain't shit. If you ask me, you was helping them get the kids. If you ask me, any bitch who can't see past the fact that this woman is sitting up here having her husband's back, who is accused of being a PDF file. Why? Because you a left winger, or because you like the left, or because you like Hillary? You sick. And I would hate to be a child under your care. I would hate to be a child under you bitches' care. Y'all the type of hoes turn your head because I like him. Yeah, that's the ones liking the comments about she don't have to answer no question. Y'all the type of hoes tell a churn when they come say, Ma, your boyfriend. Y'all the type go off on the little girl. Cause see, you fast anyway, and I been seen this, cause I been new. That's y'all. That's y'all. I would hate to be under your care. I would hate to be a child, a niece, a nephew, a cousin, a friend, a neighbor. I would hate to be under your care. Women have a huge role in the way children are abused. And every day y'all prove it to me, day after day after day. I can't understand it. Oh, but it's Hillary though. So F the kids. We don't care. I don't care how many children her husband allegedly fondled. We don't care. We like Hillary. To hell with them kids. That's what I get. But what about? I don't care. It's like watching a child get chastised for what they did wrong, and then the child say, "But mine, look, so-and-so was doing it." You want to pop them all harder. You want to pop the kid harder because now you a follower and you're slow. These reptilians that y'all adore, you political Negroes, these reptilians that you adore are going to send you to HE double hockey sticks. This is why I pay y'all no mind with the fake outrage, with the stuff going on with kids. I don't even like touching these subjects because I know 99% of the outrage is fake. Y'all worry about Epstein now. In Epstein Island, when you got an uncle Epstein, a cousin Epstein, a daddy Epstein, a husband Epstein, a boyfriend Epstein, a baby daddy Epstein, a son Epstein. But y'all golfed it, man. I don't care what they do to these. I don't care what these crackers do. I don't care. My thing is this to Black Americans. Stop with the fake shit. Stop. Y'all look stupid. Black America. I'm not talking about nobody else. All Black Americans, you Negroes picking a side with this Epstein shit, you look stupid. Because you think one side is good and one side is bad. You slow as a box of rocks. Dumb as a box of rocks. In your brain, one of them is good and one of them is bad. That's the witchcraft. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into the world witchcraft here in just a minute because y'all don't understand when you falling under the spells. Bill Clinton was trash then, he's trash now. He's been horrible to Black America, but for some odd reason, because he's on the neighborhood talk in the shade room, you niggas get amnesia. Y'all go slavery stupid. Jim Crow slow. That's where y'all get to going. Y'all crazy. These people are evil monsters. All of them. Trump too. All of them. But I'm a different type of girl because I don't separate them. Let me show y'all. Hold on. There was another video. Hold on. Let me raise you this. Then here go your other boy. This the other one y'all don't like to talk about. Jay-Z, he stayed mentioned in a whole bunch of stuff. Jay-Z been trash for the longest, but most niggas be so infatuated with celebrity, all they know is, but he made the blueprint. But he from Marcy and he made it. Nigga been screwing y'all since he came on the scene. Here it is. They done said Jay-Z added to the list, to the docket. Let's get into it. It says, Nancy wants Jay-Z to sit in Hillary and Bill Clinton's hot seat in regards to Epstein. It's important to notice that while Jay-Z's name appeared in recent large-scale releases of unsealed documents related to the Epstein case, his mention was based on unverified and anonymous tips rather than validated evidence. So people are saying that Jay-Z needs to be added to this Epstein questioning list because he is cool and in with the in crowd with them. Now, we know him and Harvey Weinstein is like this. And we all know, according to Jay-Z, according to what he rapped about, he claimed to be a drug dealer coming into the game. If that is even true, I don't think it was I don't think it was how he made it out to us. I believe Jay-Z have probably a tie to them people lineage wise or something like that, because I told y'all a lot of this stuff be bloodline connected. When y'all start to connect the bloodline to the industry, it's going to open a whole new world. But I think Jay have some sort of bloodline connection, or even if he don't have a bloodline connection, I do believe that he's deeply seated into this stuff with these clears way more than we would ever know. But because he's black and black presenting, meaning with the locks and the nigger nose and all of that, we couldn't fathom him having nothing to do with it. When if you ask me, I believe all of them in on it. Is this a video? Let me see. Hold on. I think this is a video. No. Let's get into this. It says, this is who the lady Epstein investigation case. Representative James Comer says, I'm calling on 7 individuals to appear for transcribed interviews. Bill Gates, Catherine Rumier, I don't know who that is, Leon Black, Leslie Groff, Sarah Kellen, Ted Walt, and Doug Bann. It says, Mr. Chairman, this is a solid start. The Oversight Committee, however, needs to bring in more individuals to more thoroughly continue the Epstein investigation. Here's my initial list, including 7, but not including those already deposed. And here he says Hollywood Allen or Haywood Allen, Woody Allen, Peter Attia, I don't know who that is, Doug Bann, Stephen Kevin Bannon, Ehud Barak, he's a foreign national, Gwendolyn Beck, Harry Beller, Leon David Black, Richard Charles Nicholson or Nicholas Branson, he's a foreign national, Burge Brende, a foreign national, William Joseph Burns, and then obviously at the bottom, Sean Carter. These people feel like they can get much more information if they add Sean Carter to the list. Now, some people say he could have just been the glorified drug dealer. Maybe he was who Ray J said he had in his story. No, it was the Diddy story. The one stop. Maybe Jay-Z was the one stop for these people. I don't know. But whatever tie he has to it, the people feel like he need to be deposed. I'm telling y'all now, he need to be deposed because they all in on it. Whenever y'all take the celebrity blinders off, the celebrity glasses off, and start to see this stuff for what it is. And again, when I say this, I'm not saying all celebrities are evil. I don't even think all celebrities are dibbling and dabbling currently into this stuff. However, I do think that there's a sector of those who do and who have, and these are the ones you see the most day after day. All the time. They always on here trying to persuade you about how you feel about politics or religion or the current events. Those are the ones. You see what I'm saying? But I'm saying all that to say these people are deeply embedded in this thing way more than you would ever imagine. That's the whole witchcraft of it all. That's the spell. I told y'all on many occasions, y'all love y'all celebrities and you think they are here because of whatever talent or gift they claim to profess. You think you like LeBron because he could dunk. You think you like Whitney because she could sing. And I'm using her as an example. You think you like these people because of their talents and their gifts when the talents and gifts are the witchcraft to get them through the door. The talent and gifts are not what they're hired to do. It's not why they're here. They're here to mislead you, to lead you to purgatory, to lead you to hell. Rather you believe in God, the Bible, or any type of religion. I'm talking about hell on earth. They're here to lead you to the negative, not the light, to the dark. That's the point I'm making. So to hell with Jay-Z, to hell with Hillary, to hell with Bill. Bill is nasty. Matter of fact, let me show you the video of Bill, how he was looking when they was asking him the questions. And this is the worst part. It was Black Americans on there like, oh, he was talking about a time was had. What? We talking about kids. Hold on. Let me pull this up. Y'all get the likes up. I'm talking about they showing him videos and pictures and he just a smiling. Let me show y'all this. And I thought it was disgusting. But people was like, ooh, Bill was like, I remember that time. Ooh, Bill. Look.
Have you ever had contact with an individual by the name of Shantae Davies?
I believe Shantae was, that's a distinctive name, and so I think that was the name of one of his flight attendants.
Okay. She's been described on being on a 2002 Africa trip and providing massages. Was she or any other young female on that trip underage at that time?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Did you ever receive a massage or have physical contact from her or anyone else on that trip?
You've seen the pictures. There was one time when I was sitting up and I got a back rub, a neck rub.
Okay.
And I think Shantae did it, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Have you ever had contact?
I just don't get it. I don't care about anybody in politics. I don't care about nothing in politics enough to make me look past this. I don't see how y'all do it. I just don't understand. And I know it's not for me to understand. And a lot of y'all do it on purpose. A lot of y'all look past it because it really is y'all. But God damn, they talking to him about being on an island with children. And he's smiling. Well, I don't think so, but I don't know. Man, what? Yeah. That's why I saw the Epstein stuff popping. I said, yeah, they can have that. I'm good, love. Enjoy. I'm good. I'm not getting in that with no, I'm not rolling in the dirt with no niggas behind that. I'm not even about to get into it with my people behind that. I won't bring it up because I refuse to have an argument back and forth with my people behind them damn reptilians because I know my people don't understand what's happening. So I leave it alone. Let's move on. I want to get into y'all like the video, please and thank you. It was just so disgusting to see. Oh, his smile, his laugh. It was just disgusting. Y'all want some harsh truth? Because you know I don't give a damn. Since we on here exposing celebrities, y'all already know what I've said about let me get him on here. Farrakhan. I seen Farrakhan came out windmilling for Jesse Jackson because niggas didn't care. And what I know from my research about Farrakhan is he's the last one to talk before we get to digging in his past. Because if y'all know or if y'all done any research, Farrakhan hated Brother Malcolm. Allegedly. And he has said horrible, heinous things about Brother Malcolm losing his life. And we're gonna play it right here. But it's the age of Aquarius. I don't give a damn what you did. It's what you did bad to my people. That's where I draw the line. So when I saw him windmilling for Jesse, and I know what I know about him, I said sound about right, because birds of a feather do what? Flock together. I'm not no Muslim. I told y'all I was raised in the deep south where the Negro women love them a white Jesus. I don't know nothing about Allah and all of that. So I don't have no ties to the brothers in the bow ties and all of that. I don't have zero ties to that shit. I respect it, but I don't have no personal ties. But again, we in the age of Aquarius. You come out windmilling for Jesse, and then I think back to what I know about you, and I say, sound about right. So, just like the universe, you came out here windmilling, and the people went pulled up your receipts. Now, I've talked about this on many Educational Fridays. We've actually done one about the Muslim community. I don't know if it's on this channel or on the Dollhouse. One of them channels I did an Educational Friday on, and in one of those videos we discussed how allegedly this is all alleged. Farrakhan hated Malcolm X. He wished that he could do what Malcolm done. As a matter of fact, the Nation of Islam would not be what we know it as today if it were not for Brother Malcolm X. He is the one who he didn't create the nation, but he built it with his bare hands and his sweat from the ground up damn near when he came out of jail. The other guy who was playing the violin, hoping to get his chance, that was your boy Farrakhan, who wanted nothing more than to be the number 2. This is all alleged. who wanted nothing more than to be the number 2 to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He would die, kill, and steal to be number 2 to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, I'm sorry. But Elijah Muhammad had eyes so big, he couldn't see nothing but Brother Malcolm. He couldn't see nothing but him. Allegedly. Oh, and that made Joe Farrakhan just so disgusted and so mad. Because I'm supposed to be there. I'm supposed to be the number 1, not Malcolm. Mind you, this the nigga playing the banjo, singing in the band, singing in the background. Yay. So here it is, all of the stuff going on between Malcolm and the nation. And mind you, the nation already feel like Malcolm is a traitor. Kill him. Allegedly. But Malcolm is on some me against the world type stuff. Elijah Muhammad ain't crap, and I'ma spill the tea. Now, it's up for debate on who's right and wrong in that situation, but the point is, your boy Farrakhan had a lot to say about Malcolm in the times in which when he was living, and also after when he was dead. Let's get into a little bit of what Brother Farrakhan had to say, because I don't care about nobody.
Yo, I never heard this interview with Farrakhan talking about Malcolm X. This shit just broke my heart. This shit just changed my whole world. I always heard them say things about Farrakhan and Malcolm X. This shit just broke my heart. Listen to this.
Jump up against a divine messenger of God like he did. He asked to die. And God obliged him. No, you don't understand. Like someone said, did you Muslims kill Malcolm? So the messenger said, and what if we did? He said, what if we did? Have you ever seen a leader scandalized like Malcolm scandalized Muhammad? Have you ever heard of anything like that? Don't you know if you scandalize a man who's loved and honored by the people, what are you asking for? You're asking for death. And he got what he asked for. And those who killed him, they weren't sneaking behind no damn counter. They came in the place where the man was preaching and killed him in front of his own followers. That's fearless men. And those who were there to guard him, they were ducking. Damn cowardly dogs. Ducking and running under poles instead of trying to protect the man. And you say it's your leader? You damn punk, you don't have no leader. If he's your leader, why the hell would you stand up for him? Now all of a sudden they can serve you a dead man on a platter. And you eat him up as your leader, not knowing nothing about him while he was alive and know less about him now that he's dead. Malcolm's momentum carried him to his death.
Yo, I'm lost.
There's so much more we can get into that. This is an Educational Friday topic. We've been talked about this. I don't think I went into depth on Farrakhan, but I did go into depth on Malcolm X's death. And part of his depth of his death was Farrakhan, who wanted nothing more than to be the number 2 to Elijah Muhammad. And even after Malcolm died, he still didn't appoint him the number 2. And somebody put it in the chat that Islam is not the nation. I'm so sorry if I misspoke and said that. I apologize. I'm learning on the intricate details of that part of it. But as far as the study on Farrakhan, I know that. But if I don't mean to mix up anything if it's not supposed to be. So my apologies on that. But whatever nation or Islam or whatever it was Farrakhan was with, that's who I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? He never liked Malcolm. And maybe for his own personal reasons. But the things that he have said about Malcolm tells me that it gave to me, it went beyond the pulpit. Again, anybody can get it. I don't care. Because I don't have a tie to none of these people. I'm not religious. I don't revere, what's his name? I do not revere this man as no God like y'all. He a man to me. A tether man, but still a man. Oh, that's another thing. He ain't even a nigga. He from the islands. Anyways, let's move on. Be careful. Hey, man, let me tell y'all something. This truth gonna come out, and it's gonna shatter a whole lot. It's gonna be a lot of people gonna be like, what? It's gonna be some stuff you hear about truth that's gonna sound so ridiculous. You can be like, it can't be true. And it's the God's honest truth. And from what I understand with the Farrakhan situation, and I might be wrong, this from what I heard. From what I understand, after Malcolm X died, he still didn't appoint Farrakhan. Then the son took over. Then Farrakhan juked the son out of it. It's just ridiculous. Because then when Elijah Muhammad died, a lot of the Muslims that were Muslims that followed him, they left. They dipped. Ooh, talk about it, Charles, with the white grandfather. Don't get me on it, because then we start going into genealogy, and I feel like he a plant. Don't start me. I done already said it before. We get to going in genealogy, and then I start feeling like that nigga is a plant, and he was put here. Don't get me to go and see who his ma and his pa is. Let's move on. Now, I want to get into these black beauty products, y'all, because this is a very hot topic. I was telling y'all today when I got on here, I've been natural for a long time, for years, actually. However, I just recently cut my hair. And when I cut my hair, I don't, it's hard for me to find stuff to do with it. But what I do know is I was in the mirror this morning, and I was looking at the edge control because I'm like, I need something to lay my edges down. And immediately I was like, man, all these products are trash. Like, I literally looked at the container and was like, all of this is trash, because I know that they put in like death products in our stuff. It's kind of like the movie They Cloned Tyrone. Remember when they realized all that was going on as far as, oh girl, what did I do? Remember when they realized everything that was going on as it pertains to the how they was getting to the people? They realized they was putting it in the food and in the products for the hair. It was in the shampoo, it was in the perm, it was in all of it. And I tell y'all all the time, even though movies can be fictional, a lot of it is based off of true events. Just like they showed y'all in Underground's place where they got clones, I'm almost 99% positive there's somewhere underground where they got clones. They not making this shit up. They just putting it in front of you so you can clap and think that it's fake, but it's telling you the truth. But in the movie, they even said that they putting it in the hair product. And I knew then, which I had already felt with the perms, because I stopped perming my hair years ago, because I realized, man, this perm stuff is causing a lot of women to get cancer. I connected the cancer to the perm. So then I said, well, let me back up off the perms. I'm thinking just backing up off the perms is going to make me good, when the fact of the matter is they have poisoned all of our products. All Black American women hair products have been poisoned. If it's on a shelf, it's probably poisoned, okay? And it's not just the hair products. I'm talking about products galore for all Americans. Soap, detergents, all of it has poison in it. But there's a deliberate target on Black women in their cranium, in their brains, in their chakras, and everything. So there's a deliberate target on the attack, right? Or there's a deliberate target to use to attack. And that target has to be different from any other type of stuff that they putting in our products, because they want a specific outcome when it comes to Black American women. Now, I'm not saying people shouldn't get perms. Do what you want to do. But what I'm saying is, once I stopped getting perms, it's almost like my doggone brain blew up, and enlightenment started just coming in like crazy. But fast forward, it won't matter if the shampoo I'm using has the same stuff and the edge control I'm using have the same stuff. It's pulling our hair out and everything. You see what I'm saying? But it won't matter if all the products have the same stuff. And this is why I tell people all the time, especially Black Americans, we got to get back in the kitchen. We got to get back to creating products ourselves. Madam C.J. Walker, the lady who teamed up with her and people before her, they were successful because they got in the kitchen, created products, and realized what works. A lot of y'all don't realize that you have ancient knowledge. Hello? That's why I tell y'all to get out here and ground. A lot of y'all don't realize that you carry ancient wisdom and ancient knowledge to create these products. A lot of y'all don't know that some of y'all come from a line of women who created products thousands of years ago, and it's already in your DNA. But you would never know unless you go outside the ground or you tap in through meditation and prayer. You would never know. You would never know. But again, that's why I tell y'all to ground, meditate, and pray, because it's going to connect you right where you're supposed to go. Yes, wigs too. Girl, I'm telling you, somebody said, I was watching my girl, Shavi Zane. I love her on YouTube. And I think it was her. Or somebody else brought up the human hair wigs. Yeah, it was her. She said, don't wear human hair wigs, because with the human, I'm like, oh my God. Like, it's everywhere, bro. It's everywhere. We can't escape it. You could be a natural hairstyle. You can have a natural hairstyle and you still under attack. This is the warfare. This is the chemical warfare that Black women are under. Yes, even in the dye. We can't escape it. We cannot escape this warfare that we're dealing with, Black American women. You can sit up here and think you doing good, but you're not. If you drinking water, you're fucked up. And I drink nothing but water. You feel what I'm saying? But ultimately, it's about trying to combat this enemy in any which way we can. So we got to get back into the kitchen and creating these products. A lot of us, like I said, have ancient wisdom and ancient knowledge. A lot of us come from healers. You know what I learned the other day? I saw this on thing, and I never went into the research of it, but it was a message that said for Black women, if you have a cycle, menstrual cycle that lines up with the moon cycles, then you probably come from a past tribe, or not tribe, but a past lineage of healers, goddesses, witches. But when you say witches, not in a bad way, but witches and all of these great lines of women. You see what I'm saying? And this is for women who have cycles who line up on the moon cycles. And you know, if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, that's the old ancient wisdom that we have stored inside of our souls. Because even when we reincarnate back to the earth, yes, our brains here don't remember, but our souls never forget. This is why you could say, oh, that's deja vu. Or this is why you could say, oh, I feel like I've seen this. Or, oh, this looks so familiar. You seem so familiar. Because your soul never forgets. Somebody caught it. But the moon cycle changes every month. You get it? But the moon cycle changes every month. Exactly. That goes to show you it ain't everybody. Hello? Hello? What was I saying? We got to get back to getting in the kitchen and creating our own products, though, for real, though, because we have the knowledge and the wisdom. We just got to tap in to get it. And then I told y'all, too, y'all want to create this generational wealth. The gifts are inside of you to give to the world. Tap in. So now I want to get into these products. I saw this video with this young man, and he was talking about the women's products for women, and how all of our stuff is all jacked up in our beauty products, y'all. Let's get into it. Get the likes up on the video.
You ain't gonna believe this. Black girls are being poisoned by beauty products. Listen to what this woman got to say about it. Then I'm gonna expose the agenda further.
Some of these products that are marketed specifically to Black girls contain some of the worst ingredients I have ever seen. And I think it should be outlawed. Some formaldehyde releasers. Formaldehyde's a human carcinogen. What place does it have in a beauty and personal care product?
I was doing some research and I looked at Harvard Health, and it said 50% of products advertised to Black women contain endocrine disruptors, which are those disruptors that are going to impact their hormones, increase their chance of things like cancer, infertility, etc., compared to roughly 7% that are advertised to white women.
The key to Black extinction is to attack the very thing that's responsible for its existence. Black womb. This is why.
And let me say this too, because I'm going to let this brother cook, but real quick before he cook. The womb yes, they are attacking our crowns, right? Yes, the wound is being attacked too, but it's an ultimate attack because they're attacking us through the crowns. The biggest, heaviest attack they could do on Black women, because let me get back up a little bit. We're in an age of a matriarch. If you know and understand the age of the matriarch, then you know that this is an age where Black women are going to rise in positions of power. Not just any Black woman, no. It ain't just because you Black and you a nigga, you get a position of power. No. Certain Black women, like we looked at Clarissa Shields, certain Black women are going to rise in position of power and reign, not over men, but reign at the top. Because there's going to be a position in time, and I'm talking about in the world, in America, Black America. I'm talking to you. Remember, we've always been a heavy matriarchal family. Most of our whole existence, we've had a matriarchal type community. In Black Americans community, we the only community where we're full on matriarchs. Even when you have men in the family, I'm talking about present men. Most families in Black America are matriarchs. Okay, we're coming into we're in the time now where those matriarchs are going to rise to power. The enemy knows this, but Black women in America don't know it. Most of them think they from Africa. The ones who do think they from here, they haven't even tapped in. So you won't know. This is that unknown spiritual warfare. Now, because the enemy knows that who we are and we're coming into this time, what do? Attack the crown, attack the woman, because they can't have you come into this power. This is why they put the Megan Thee Stallions in front of you and tell you to get the abortions. This is why they get the Sexy Reds in front of you and tell you to get the abortions and drink Hennessy. This is why they put the Krishan Rocks in front of you. This is why they put all of these people in front of you, even just Instagram, even just trips to Dubai. This is all of these things they put to, this is the spiritual warfare that they put on Black American women because they know we are rising. It is our time. Yes, Glorilla too, all of them. And another way they do it is through the products. Now, remember, we're getting our hair done. We're getting our products. We're getting our washes. We're getting dyes. We're getting braids. All of these things that we're getting to our hair that we're going to continue to get, that's the perfect way to attack us because we're all getting our hair done. And it's the most sacred place, or one of the most sacred places to attack, the crown. If you start here, the body will follow. It's like the head and the neck. You feel what I'm saying? So this is what I believe why they are targeting Black American women in our products. And it's in everything. It's not just in the perms. It is everywhere. But if you start here, how I tell y'all the other day, fish ride from the head down. That means if you target here and you infiltrate here, the rest will follow. It's in everything. It ain't just in the perms. It's in everything.
Planned Parenthood was created. Planned Parenthood was created by Margaret Sanger, a woman who wanted to use birth control and abortions as a means to exterminate the Negro population. And that's her direct quote. Now, fast forward, we have female rappers that are promoting this very thing that was created to kill us off. Literally rooting for our own demise. And even Meg Thee Stallion received awards for this contribution. This is all to stop the Black womb from producing Black babies. And if you are dealing with fertility issues, I want you to understand that it's not a permanent condition and you don't need a hysterectomy. But what you do need is a lifestyle change. Learn more about the chemicals that they putting in your hair. Stay away from flaxseed, soy, and cheese. And incorporate this product right here, the Portal, in your healing regimen. It contains herbs like
I don't know about the product.
Vitex that's in a lipid envelope for maximum absorption.
I don't know who that product is. This is what the guy was selling. But let me just say this. Somebody said, but you got a perm. Girl, I don't have no perm. I wish. No, I don't wish. I don't have no perm. But no, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. The ultimate attack, or the attack on your head or on your crown, is going to affect everything after that. This is why we got the cancer race through the roof, breast cancer, cervical cancer. This is why we getting fibroids. This is one of the reasons. Fibroids and all of this stuff that we keep popping off with. All of this is happening because we don't have control of these products and we using them. We the ones using them. We have to get into a point, Black America. We got to get back to creating. We got to get back to making it ourselves. It's somebody, it's people, not just somebody. There are Black American people who have a calling on them to create something for the world, for us, but specifically us, but for the world. It's somebody in this chat. It's somebody, it's people who are specifically called to do things to give a contribution to the world. But if you don't tap in, you'll never know it. And then continuously, if we continue to use their products and not look into the stuff they putting in our stuff, then we're going to continue to be screwed. I said it when they introduced Cardi, Glorilla, Sexy Red. I said, OMG. This was a like Lil Kim on crack. I was like, OMG, like this is going to be big, like, but not in a good way, in a bad way, because I saw the children and how they responded to it. When you already being attacked chemically through the products, it don't take nothing for them to put a Meg Thee Stallion in front of you, have her twerk, and then have her literally control your mind. Because it happens every day. And the only reason people don't realize it's happening is because most of them are too ignorant to know that it's happening. And the ones who do know it's happening don't believe it. It's happening literally every day. We got to make our own stuff. We have to get out here and make our own stuff. Like I said, I don't care if you start making something just for you. You'd be surprised what started off. Oh, girl, my cousin had this, that, and the third, so I made her a little potion and turned out it worked. Now I'm a millionaire. You see what I'm saying? Oh, girl, my cousin said his bike, I turned around and did this. Not turned around, you done created a whole new patent. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, try to be careful. Like I say, I'm not dragging for nobody with perms because it's in everything. Be careful with the stuff that we're using, y'all. Like the video. I want to show y'all something else. Hold on. Get the likes up, please. Let's get some education because we already doing genealogy. Remember I told y'all the Washita tribe are the Washingtons? Remember I told y'all that? If y'all don't know, we were talking about Black American names and we were talking about tribes. And I was telling y'all, I was reading the book. What's the name of that book? Oh, crap. I'm reading the book and I noticed that in the book, the Washita is the Washingtons. These are ancient tribes of indigenous Black tribes, right? These are ancient indigenous Black tribes. So a lot of people with the last name Washington, when they do their genealogy, they're going to track, a lot of them, not all, but a lot of them are going to track their genealogy back to the Washita tribes, okay? Now, fast forward, we talk about the Choctaw or the Choctaw tribes. Now, a lot of people say, I got Choctaw in my family. I did my genealogy. We found out we Choctaw. But Choctaw is the word that they call it now. But prior to it being called Choctaw, the name of the tribe was the Choctaw tribe, okay? Now, I know y'all know the chief, the female chief down in New Orleans, Chief Warhorse. She has now gotten federally recognized by the United States government as the chief, a real Indian chief of a real tribe called the Choctaw tribes, okay? Now, I'm going to get into a little bit of this video, but the importance of this video is, Black America, you are doing genealogy. If you haven't started doing genealogy, you're about to start doing genealogy. When you get into these genealogies, for most of y'all, when y'all start getting into the nooks and crannies of it, y'all gonna see all type of Indian tribes you've never heard of, right? Some of them you won't even be able to pronounce, but then you'll be able to connect some of these dots with the last names of the ancient people that came before you, or at least the people that came before you, and you'll realize that their names were named after their tribes. And some of y'all walking around with remnants of your tribe right now. But let's get into a little bit of this Choctaw situation.
The Choctaws are the Choctaws. And the Choctaws were recently recognized by the local government there in Louisiana. The Shatas. I got a whole video about how they just got recognized by the mayor down there. But look at this. It says the Choctaws. Among the new subscribers placed on our list last week is a Choctaw, or as he calls himself, a Shata. He calls himself a Shata. And this is in 1829, okay? Now, how many times can I find the word Choctaw referred to the Choctaws in the newspaper? And you see them used interchangeably. This is the Choctaw Almanac, and they're talking about the so-called Choctaws. And I don't know what it is with the whole using in a double way those two, but that is the original spelling. That is the original people. You see it here again in 1854, and you see the way it talks about the territories of the Chalaki or the Cherokee, what they call today, but this is the original, one of the, I don't know if it was the original, but this is one of the prior spellings or pronunciations, the Chalaki. And then there's the Muskogee, and I heard that was called Mississauga. It just kind of depends. But I'm showing you these. This is 1854, Shata, Chalaki, Muskogee. I'm showing you these to show and prove that they knew this name existed. They knew this spelling existed, but they also knew that they were changing it to this. And in some cases where this is, they may not be talking about the same. What do I mean by that? This may be the people, this may be the corporation, this may be the legislative body set up by the YTs along with the Mongolians and those others, but this may be the original people. Why would they refer to it separately or synonymously in a sense, continuously?
Witchcraft.
Here's another.
But let me just say this, because this is an 8-minute video. It's on my Twitter. Y'all could go check it out on Twitter. I wanted to play the beginning of it so you can see how your names. Remember I told y'all Andrew Jackson, he recognized who was Indian by their names, first and last, okay? Like I told y'all, we should have knew Delroy Lindo was not a nigga because his name is Delroy Lindo. Not Delroy per se, but definitely Lindo. We got American names, even Jaquan, Laberius. All of these are indigenous ancient names. But specifically, the last names a lot of us have are descendants or at least remnants from the exact tribe, in which we came. You'll see a lot of these people that's coming up with these names, and you'll see, oh crap, that literally went back to this tribe, or that went back to that tribe. You'll figure all of this out during your genealogy. But the point I'm making is people can sit up here and holler this pretending stuff here, there, and everywhere, but it's being legally done all over America. There are Black Americans doing their genealogy, going back, realizing, holy crap, I'm indigenous. They're going to get land. They're going to get businesses. They're going to get everything and more that was owed to them. All of y'all still jacking Africa? I'm telling you now. Keep running behind the motherland while she run that way, and you will continue to run far away from your inheritance. They got foreigners coming over to America, ditching their whole identities, creating whole new names, whole new identities. And I told y'all, I believe they stealing Black Americans' inheritances. And the reason we don't know it is because we don't do no genealogy. So if John Smith is the fourth great grandkid who's owed money from the Freedmen's Bank, but John Smith don't know a goddamn thing about genealogy, he gonna miss his money, and here come a foreigner gonna swoop right on in and take it from him. I'm saying all that to say this. Genealogy is more important than you could ever imagine. All y'all that's passionate about the reparations, you need to be looking into genealogy. And as a matter of fact, you know who else looked into genealogy? Hold on. Tariq Nasheed. Let's get him up here. So Tariq Nasheed done a genealogy. Hold on, did I send the right one? Yeah. Oh, it sent the my bad. It sent the commercial. So Tariq Nasheed is one of those people who post all the time. He's a content creator, Black Americans. He don't run FBA, but he coined the phrase FBA. I'll say that. So anyway, Tariq Nasheed, one of his biggest claims to his platform is that we had an ethnogenesis and we came from Africa, but we got here to America. This is Tariq's his his theory about what's going on with Black Americans and who we are. According to Tariq Nasheed, he said we came from Africa off the boat through the transatlantic slave trade, and here we mixed in with some Native Americans. He said, and then after we mixed in with the Native Americans, he said we had an ethnogenesis. That's what he said. I listened to him, so I know I ain't lying. He said we had an ethnogenesis. I told y'all we ain't never had no ethnogenesis. I said we are who we've always been. We ain't never been nothing other than who we are. The things we was cooking 1,000 years ago. The stuff we was saying 1,000 years ago. The way we wear our hair, the dress, everything we do now, we have always done. Okay? That's what I said. But I understand Tariq Nasheed's whole plan or his angle, because his whole rhetoric comes from the idea that we came from Africa. Another thing I tell the FBA as well too, you cannot claim Africa and then disassociate yourself from it. You cannot say that I am a product of Africa, then get mad when the Africans tell you that they belong or they deserve part of your credit, because you yourself are admitting to be a loin or at least a descendant from them. That's what you're doing when you say, oh yeah, my ancestors came off a boat. Mind you, a boat you have never found. A boat nobody has ever found, but still, that's what you do when you do that. Tariq Nasheed's whole thing is, I'm debating in my head, should I say it? Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Tariq Nasheed, I watched him grift from ADOS to FBA, and I can send him now grifting from FBA to Indigenous. I watched him do it in real freaking time. And I'm watching him do it again, because now all of a sudden you go from telling everybody Tariq has a huge following, and he makes sure he hammers it in his followers' heads that we all came from Africa and we had this ethnogenesis. But it seems like I told y'all, I said, hey y'all, I said these people, these Africans gonna keep hammering at y'all. At some point, y'all gonna have to leave Africa in the dust. That's what I said. I said, bruh, them people gonna keep hammering on to that Africa stuff. It don't matter what word we use. If you acknowledge that we came from there, they gonna keep tethering. I said it. And just like they continue to do, they kept tethering, and they tethered Tariq into a corner to where now he had to come out and admit that he's done his genealogy, which he has admitted before. But it's different this time, though. When he speaks about his genealogy, now he's saying that he hasn't found not one African in his bloodline. And then he also says, on top of not finding an African, he hadn't even found no ship. So now I'm trying to figure out what happened to the ethnogenesis. Let's get into it, because maybe y'all will see it. And this is not to attack Tariq, but it's just to show y'all, even if you FBA, you need to do your genealogy. Hell, Tariq doing his. Let's get into it. I think it was like the 7.5 minute mark.
Lord, it's annoying.
Now, mind you, the reason why this is happening to Tariq is because Tariq gets trolled by tethers all the time. Oh, hip hop belonged to us. Oh, y'all came from us. And the problem Tariq continues to run into is you cannot say I come from Africa and had an ethnogenesis, but then turn around and tell the people from Africa we're different. You can't do that. You can't. Meek said information changes. Tariq is a very well-studied person. The stuff he's repeating now, he been knew. And I put my neck on the chopping board. The stuff Tariq about to tell y'all today that he never told y'all before, he been knew it. Man, watch out. Let me say this too, and get me up here. This to anybody in the chat. Do not ever follow me. I'm a human being. I'm a person. I sin. I fuck up. I'm nothing. Do not ever follow me nowhere. Always follow. I need everybody to hear me out, because y'all get to following these people and y'all lose your minds. Do not follow me nowhere. I'm a regular person figuring out life like you. Always follow your inner compass. That means the voice inside of your head, the intuition. Follow that. Don't follow me, please, because I don't want you to mistake the message that I'm giving you to make you feel like I get put up on a pedestal, because I don't belong there. I'm just a vessel used to give you the word from the Most High. I am a regular person like you, living my life like you. Everybody you know and love are the same people. I need y'all to understand this. Do not follow me nowhere. I'm a regular bitch. I could fail just like you. Follow your inner compass. I'm saying all that to say, people saying information changed. Tariq been knew this. He been knew it. He been knew it. He ain't just he ain't just stumble upon this information. You foolish if you believe that. I watched him grift from ADOS to FBA, and I'm currently watching him grift from FBA to Indigenous. I'm telling you when I'm watching in real time. You can like the nigga, but understand the truth at the same time. Ain't nothing wrong with liking Tariq. I think he funny AF. I subscribe to his channel on YouTube, but I also understand that nigga lying. That nigga playing the game. I'm going to show y'all. Let's get into Tariq. Now, he getting trolled by African. Look, he getting trolled by African, and he done trolled himself all the way into a corner. Now he getting rid of the whole Africa bit. Not all the way yet, but look, he's going there. Let's get into it. And again, no shade against Tariq. It's just the truth, and it is what it is.
You know, God, it's annoying. Yeah, y'all really should do that. Yeah, because my people, man, you know, they just had it. They just knew. They just knew what they were doing. They stood on business. They had land here. They were looking out for family members, and you know, our foundational Black American ancestors, man, they were such phenomenal people, man. We really have to appreciate our foundational Black American ancestors. They were truly phenomenal people. And when you start digging into the history, just even in your own family, man, you'll just see how hard they worked, and they kept the families together, and they had farms, and they just stood on goddamn business, man. They weren't fleeing from countries and shit. Yeah, they just stood on it, man. I mean, really do yours, man. It'll give you a really profound respect of your ancestors and just some of the stuff they endured, and they stood on business and looked out for other families, and just phenomenal ass people, man.
Hey, would you like your very own Shopify store?
He about to get into it. He about to get into the part where he talk about his genealogy. Now, he has mentioned before that he's done genealogy, but watch the detail he get into now. Check him out. Hold on.
It's our duty to carry on their legacy. They didn't survive all that for us to be out here bullshitting, for us to sit here forgetting about them, up here us pretending to be some damn generic Africans. You know what I'm saying? We have to honor them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, man, this is our shit. When you start doing that genealogy and seeing how deep our lineage goes, this is our stuff right here.
I've been listening to Tariq, and I don't make every video, but I've been listening to him. This is the first time I heard him mention genealogy. I'm not saying he's never mentioned it before, because I remember him coming on here talking about how they did they family tree, and he found out that they all here. But now he's mentioning genealogy. It's a good thing, because his fan base need to know that they need to do genealogy. I'm so happy he mentioned this, and I'm so happy. But you know what bothers me though? When Black Americans come on the channel to talk about indigenous history, he call them pretendians though. Pay attention. Look, now he's talking about genealogy. Look.
This is our stuff. This is us. You understand? This is ours. From top to bottom, man. This is our damn land. We are not guests here. And you know another thing, man, because I've been tracing back, and I go back, man, and I go past the Civil War. Dude, I had a relative that was who got a damn Revolutionary War pension.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a pension from the Revolutionary War. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all start digging into your ancestors and seeing all this stuff. I had some people who were clicked in with the Lumbee tribe up there in North Carolina, the whole shebang. You understand? You know what I?
So he got ancestors from the Lumbee tribe. He now mind you, he said it years ago that they did their family tree or their genealogy. He been found this out. But I never see him get on the internet and talk like this to his fan base. He always tell them about the ethnogenesis. He tell them about we not continental Africans, but we Africans. He'll say everybody started in Africa, but he'll never say genealogy. And he does mention ancestors, but not in the context in which he's mentioning them now, which I'm grateful that he's doing it because people in his fan base need to know about genealogy. Up until today or yesterday or whatever day he broadcast this, they didn't talk about genealogy at his channel. But now that he's bringing it up, what's going to happen is the same pretendians y'all laughed off the stage, the same pretendians that the FBA people was trying to say is just trying to be something they not. Now y'all gonna have to default back to these people to get the education because them the ones with the real education. And Tariq Nasheed has always known about this. This ain't something he just jumped off the porch. He didn't just find out about genealogy yesterday, not even last month, not even last year. He's always known about his indigenous history. And if you catch him real good, he'll even say he's always known about it. But it doesn't pay the bills. The bills come with the ethnogenesis. The money to pay the bills, gotta say that fall under Africa and the ethnogenesis. Ooh, don't get me started on Chief Dusty Wolf, the way they used to do Chief Dusty Wolf. And don't get me wrong, Chief Dusty Wolf used to be coming in there drunk, but that man ain't never came in there and said nothing wrong, not one time. And if you be on Tariq Nasheed's FBA channel, I advise you to go back and look at one of them old videos Chief Dusty Wolf was on there saying, and you're going to realize when you get past the drunk, he telling the truth. He telling the truth. I'm watching a real life. Tariq about to move. He gonna keep the FBA. I'm telling you what he about to do. He gonna keep FBA, but he gonna curtail it and switch it up just to make an indigenous FBA. Watch. I'm watching it. He about to make an indigenous FBA. Watch. I already knew, but I've been watching this shit for about a year or two. I've been watching Tariq, not watching him on YouTube. Let's be clear. I've been watching Tariq. Let's move on.
Don't find slave ship manifests. I don't find no slave ships. Not to say there wasn't, but I'll be doing deep dives. I ain't found one slave ship on none of these things yet.
Huh.
That's very interesting.
Huh.
That's very interesting.
No way.
I'm gonna be real. I'm telling you, because I've been looking. No. That's what I said. Pretending nothing. Nigga, I can show you.
Wait.
Nigga, my family was.
Wait. Tariq called niggas pretendians. Not all of a sudden it's pretending nothing. Wait a minute. Skirt. I done seen too many abos, too many Indians come on that thing, and y'all laughed them out and called them pretendians. Not all of a sudden when the African call you a pretendian, no, it's different because you got genealogy. When all of them other people who came in that had the same thing. I ain't gonna tell y'all everything I'm thinking, but boy, oh boy.
No. That's what I said. Pretending nothing. Nigga, I can show you. Nigga, my family was up there with the Lumbee tribe. Nigga, that's not a fucking pretendian.
Yeah.
Then they were classified as free people of color, then mulatto, then black. I can show you. That's not a pretend, nigga. That's not a pretend. I can show you different census forms of my same relatives being reclassified multiple times. The same relative.
And that tells me Tariq Nasheed not only has his genealogy, he has a very thorough genealogy. Mind you, he don't come on the news. He don't come on his show and tell y'all to go do y'all genealogy. But that nigga genealogy thorough than a dog. That nigga could go back probably to 1300s if you want to. Why? My question is, why not give that information to your people? That's just my only question. If you know how it benefits you, why not give that information to your people? I'm not saying nothing against him. I'm just asking y'all to use your common sense. I'm just asking y'all to use your common sense. And this ain't the first time he done brought up genealogy, but this time he talking real heavy this time. I'm watching the grift, but I'm telling y'all now, if you like him, you could like him. Why didn't he tell you about genealogy? Why did he have to wait for genealogy to be the new wave on the internet for him to come tell y'all about his thorough genealogy? I'm only bringing this up because I need y'all to be mindful of the people y'all following. That's the only reason I'm bringing it up, because I need y'all to be mindful of the people you are following. That's why I tell y'all, don't follow me nothing. Don't follow me. Subscribe to the channel, but do not follow me for nothing. I'm a regular bitch. I'm going to fall. I'm going to mess up. Bop it out, bop, do. Don't follow me for crap. Because I don't want y'all to get delusional with me. Because when y'all get delusional, y'all going to make me delusional. I need y'all to be in the chat to keep it real. So please do not get delusional with me. Like I see some people have been delusional with Tariq.
That's not pretending. Shit, that's just documented facts. And hell, the Lumbee tribe, yeah, they just got their federal recognition now because they reclassified, because they look Negro. That was a thing. Yeah, we're not making this up. Yeah, we can. I can document this.
If you're serious about landing a legit remote job right now, stop wasting time on mainstream job boards.
It's a wrap. We don't need to hear no more. The point is this. We've already saw it. Every day I come on here and say, y'all do y'all genealogy. Hell, now even Tariq is talking about his genealogy. I don't know. I didn't stay on long enough to see if he told his people to do their genealogy, but I would tell y'all from my platform, and I'm just a little small YouTuber. I ain't nobody, girl. I'm just over here in the corner, you know, making my little pennies. You know what I'm saying? But I would tell you to please do your genealogy, Black America. That's the only way you're going to get through this. Do your genealogy. And all of that marching for these reparations, you should start asking about that. Because if y'all thought, my theory is Tariq Nasheed know that if they do give reparations, I ain't going to go there. Let's move on. I just hope my people be smart enough to realize that all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Let's get into these spells, because that's what happens with Tariq and people like him. And for the people who follow the Tariq Nasheeds or even any other celebrity or YouTuber or whoever, it's a spell. They use massive spells to put on on America, period, on the world. We all under some sort of spellcraft. I already told y'all that. But it's spell work on top of spell work that's happening day after day. And because we are too ignorant, and when I say ignorant, meaning we don't know, because we are ignorant to it, we don't realize that it's spell work that we battling on a day-to-day basis. But it literally is. You getting spell work and witchcraft done on you by people in your family, by people who you friends with, co-workers, neighbors, friends, cousins, girl, up and down the street. And a lot of people don't even realize that it's witchcraft they're partaking in. But I'm telling you now, the world and the powers that were had a really good system of keeping us under this massive witchcraft of this spell work to keep our brains not functioning. You know, I was recently just finding out. I realized I thought everybody had that voice inside their head. I didn't realize until recently that, especially in 2026, most people walking around without a voice inside their head. They waiting to be told what to do by the phone. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, we got to be mindful of the spell work that could be lingering over us. Not to get you all scared or nothing like that, because you've been dealing with it your whole life. You just don't know what it is. But the way the brother Rashad Jamal is going to talk, he's going to break down how they put us under a spell on a massive level. And I think the brother is super intelligent. I don't know what's going on with his personal life. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm talking about the message. Y'all better learn to separate the message from the messenger, okay? He's going to talk about how we've been under the spell work as a community or as a whole, and how they did it, and how basically it can manifest and how it shows up in our lives. Y'all check him out.
See, y'all don't know about magic. That's a whole different realm. And when a motherfucker puts some spells on your ass, boy, that's a whole nigga. You'll wake up, boy. Fuck getting hit with a bullet. Fuck fighting. If a person put a spell on you, you will wake up not even feeling yourself on no level, my nigga. You will be doubting yourself. You'll be questioning yourself. You will be like, and that's worse than anything. That wake up and have that feeling inside like everything is wrong. You know what I'm saying? These spells so powerful, they'll send a spell at your ass and make your ass think don't nobody love your ass. Have your ass depressed. Depression leads to what? Low vibrations. Leads to what? Suicide. Have your ass in the deepest of depression around this bitch. And you thinking you don't know where this feeling coming from. You don't know where the feeling coming from. Nigga, you in the house arguing with your wife. You blaming her. You blaming yourself. You blaming the cat. You blaming the dog. Whole fucking time, nigga, it's a motherfucker that put a spell on you. Or you know it as a hex. Nigga, that's real. You hear me? That's real. That's what the elites do to our ass on a massive level, nigga. You wake up all fucked up mentally. You all mad. You don't know what the fuck you mad about. You know what I'm saying? Now you looking for a reason to be mad. You know what I'm saying? Low key. You know what I'm saying? You think about old shit and moments in time just to match that frequency of how you feel today. Like that be sorcery and motherfucker don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? That's what make it so dangerous, because you walking into it, you're not prepped for that fight. You don't know nothing about that fight. That you ill, you unprepared, nigga. You got a house full of guns, nigga. These motherfuckers playing with magic. Yeah, have your guns. So when they come on that frequency, but you should have your crystals. You should have your guns and your crystals and your vest, nigga. You should be activating these. You should be meditating. You should be all that, nigga. It's spiritual warfare, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. Spiritual forces, wickedness in higher places, nigga. That's one of the realest shit they did put in the Bible that came from us that they didn't miscontort, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Satan gave us, he gave you that much. He gave you that much in the game. He gave you a hell of a gemstone if you pay attention to that. You know, for you wrestle not against flesh and blood, nigga. That ain't who you wrestling against, nigga. That ain't who you warring against. That's why you losing the motherfucking war, nigga. You looking for flesh. Motherfuckers all in your house, nigga. Playing in your mental. You don't even know it because you looking for flesh. You have no awareness of the ethereal realms, the gas realms, the quantum realms, because they kept quantum physics from you, metaphysics from you. These pussy ass motherfuckers don't give a fuck about us, fam. You hear me, nigga?
Shout out to the brother Rashad Jamal. He is still locked up. When I tell you this brother is deep, man, I ain't never paid attention to his personal stuff as much. I don't know what's going on, but as far as the message, the brother is bar none. You see what I'm saying? But he's right. That massive spiritual warfare that you don't even understand why things is just going left. Back to back to back to back to back. You don't even realize people did some warfare on you, or at least the powers that be. You can get it done on you by the people at your job, your boss, your husband, your wife. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? When you think about spiritual warfare, this is a way to get it. This is a way I tell Black Americans, or I can say to Black Americans, for you to understand spiritual warfare. Like he said at the end of this, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. That means the enemy is not somebody you can see, feel, or touch. Not in the spell work, in the witchcraft situation. That enemy is omnipresent. That enemy can show up anywhere, anyhow, in any capacity. It don't even have to have people around you. It can show up in your phone. It can show up in your food. What do I mean? You could be having to spend $1,000. For instance, I'll give you an example. I remember one time I spent hundreds of dollars on a pot of gumbo. You couldn't tell me this gumbo wasn't about to be good. And it spurled right after I did it. Now, granted, it could have just been a coincidence, or it could have been some type of witchcraft that's manifesting in that way. This is how you understand spiritual warfare. It doesn't physically show up like the cell phone or like the mail or the mailman. It shows up in ways that you can't see, but you understand. Does that make sense? So, like I say, a lot of y'all suffering through karma too, for the reason why things have been going bad. And we all have karma to suffer from. We ain't nobody able to point no finger like, oh girl, that's what you get. We all have levels of karma that we gonna have to pay the piper for. When you go through healing, that's what healing is all about. Going through the bad parts, the evil parts, and the good parts. I tell people all the time, it's like y'all remember watching that old Christmas video, that old Christmas cartoon, The Ghost of Christmas Past, The Ghost of Christmas Present, and The Ghost of Christmas Future. You'll know you're going through healing when you deal with all three of those principalities. When you dealing with the ghost of your past, the ghost of your present, and the ghost of your future, that's how you know you dealing with, you going through a healing process. Because you're going to be able to deal with, look at the past, revisit it, see some things you forgot or didn't even know you realized about the past. And you're going to have to deal with that in the present and then try to fix it, alchemize whatever you need to do for the future. That is the three principles: present, past, future. That's how you know you're going through a spiritual healing. If you ain't constantly being revisited by your past, or if you haven't been constantly not only revisited by your past, but revisited and sat in it, good, bad, or indifferent, sat in it, cried, fought, whatever you had to do, that's when you're going through healing. But again, before you get into that, you're unaware of the spiritual warfare that's happening around you, and you just chuck it up as the principalities or as the flesh and blood. Oh, well, my phone just happened to fall, or oh, my car just happened to break down, or oh, it's really spiritual warfare. It really is. And the powers that be have put that on us in massive levels, not only just through with media and the stuff that we consume through media, but also even just through our food, our hair products. They have literally found every which way to lay this witchcraft on us, and nobody is leaving unscathed. Everybody's going to fall victim at some point to the media, to the powers that were, to their mass spellcraft or witchcraft. The only way for you to beat that is to stay grounded, literally, to ground, meditate, pray, tap in. All of the people who tapped in, one thing I learned about people who tapped in, people who are tapped in, you notice people who are not immediately. And then the next move be, oh girl, let me get from around here. Oh, let me, you see what I'm saying? Like, even my algorithm is changed on the videos I watch on YouTube. You grow a low tolerance for the bull because you know it's different from when you thinking than when you know. I was watching, I never really watched cartoons. I never really did. I never liked them. As a child, I thought children who watched cartoons was childish. As a kid, I thought it was dumb. Fuck you watching cartoons for? You niggas is sitting up in front of the TV Saturday morning eating cereal. Y'all niggas look stupid. I thought, as a kid, I thought it was dumb. But certain things always stuck to me. And I remember I never watched this movie or cartoon or whatever it was. But I remember this character, Jimmy the Cricket. I used to say Jimmy the Cricket. Jimmy the Cricket, I've never watched the movie, don't know what it's about, but I do remember a part in this song he sung, because I used to have this thing where I was infatuated with like sitcom shows and they music and stuff, and I used to memorize them. So whenever I would hear music, rather it's a commercial or hip hop or whatever, it commits to memory. And I remember Jimmy the Cricket, he always said, always let your conscience be your guide. And when I was going through my spiritual healing, it just kept playing back to back in my head. And always let your conscience be your guide. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I don't even have a reference to the movie to put a picture in my head. I just remember hearing. I don't even remember what Jimmy the Cricket looked like when he was singing it, because I didn't watch it. I just heard it and committed it to memory as a kid. Always let your conscience be your guide. And going through my spiritual healing, I'm realizing the conscience is what's going to lead you up out of this hellhole. Jimmy the Cricket was telling y'all the tea, man. Always let your conscience be your guide. Follow your inner compass, because that's the only thing going to get you up out of this. All that other stuff is cap. Don't follow no people. Don't follow no places. Don't follow no things. Just follow your compass Your inner compass and your conscience. That's the only thing gonna save you. And trust that more than anything. Anything and anybody. Trust it more than anything and anybody. I'm telling you, you have a higher probability that it won't steer you wrong. Okay? But like you said, y'all got to be mindful of this spiritual warfare out here because it's getting real deep. Do your genealogy, Black America. Do your genealogy, please. If y'all don't do nothing, all y'all faves got their genealogy. I think it's high time that you get yours done now. Do your genealogy, my love. It ain't gonna kill you. It's gonna make you feel better. It's gonna open up some doors for you. I promise you. Do your genealogy, my love. Let me read some of these super chats. Deal Nicole 65. Thank you for the super chat. Says Andretta Tillman started Girls Time DC. Girls Time. I don't remember what that was for, but thank you so much. I appreciate you, boo. Trey, hey boo. Thank you for the super chat. Says, girl, Farrakhan is right. Is a mess. He also led his people to Scientology. That will be a good educational Friday topic, man. Watch out. You know, we discussed that when we did that educational Friday about the Muslims and how right after Elijah Muhammad died, and we all know. Oh, Destiny's Child. Thank y'all so much. But look, we all know what the Scientology people were talking about. Hell, Mimi Foss was on there talking about you sign a billion-year contract. Girl, yeah. Don't get me started. Thank you, Trey. K1820, thank you for the super chat. Says, hi, boo. Why don't you just get your brows tatted? A friend of mine did it. Looks beautiful and natural. When she wants dramatic, she just adds brow makeup. You know, I was thinking about that. I was looking in at a spa, and I saw that. I might look into that because I was looking at it last night, as a matter of fact. I might look into it. Thank you, beautiful. I appreciate you. K1820, thank you for the super chat. Says, I created 2 products for crafts, but the patent is $10,000 and up. Ooh, these fees, and on top of paying laboratory fees, halt most of our creative inventions. Let me help you out, K. I'm about to help you get that money. Ground and meditate. Ask your higher power, your source, your God, whatever it is, or whoever it is you talk to and you deal with. Go to them. Go to the ancestors. Ground. You ain't even got to pray. Take 10 minutes out your day and go ground. Watch you get that money for your patent. Watch. If your intentions are good and pure, and you don't have an ill will in your body, you're going to get that money. Go ground. Start praying. The money going to fall in your lap. Watch. When you least expect it. And you're going to have more money to buy more than one trademark and patent. You're going to be able to buy 10 if you want. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now. Go do it. Thank you for the super chat. Divine Energy, thank you for the super chat. Says, love you down to the ground, Voodoo. Love you back, beautiful. Thank you, Divine Energy. Barbie, thank you for the super chat. Says, Voo, I met Asian doll at the mall and we talked about being indigenous and told her to tap into Babe. And she said she'll check it out and want you to inbox or email her. Thank you, beautiful. I appreciate you. Thank you, Barbie. You ain't have to do that. Shout out to Asian doll. Thank you, beautiful. Y'all be looking out for the doll. Yeah, shout out to y'all, man. Shout out. Bo Stevenson, thank you so much for becoming a new member. Thank you, beautiful. I appreciate you. Hey, it's Trey. Thank you for the super chat. Says Tariq problem is he's proud to say he's too proud to say he was wrong. I don't think it's that. If Tariq come out and tell y'all that we didn't have an ethnogenesis, that puts a huge hole in his whole identity. And if the hole comes into the identity, that affects his integrity, or at least the trust amongst the people. And then if he come out and just straight out say he was wrong, the people gonna go digging and realize, nigga, you been knew you was wrong. He don't want to fight that. He don't want to face that. He don't want to do that. So what he's gonna do is what he did the last time when he went from ADOS to FBA. He gonna ease his way in. Mark my word. I need y'all to record this because it's coming. He gonna ease his way in. He gonna, you know how a lion sneaks in to get its prey? He gonna ease his way in. Every now and again, he'll bring up the word genealogy. Not every day though, just every now and again. Genealogy. Lineage. He already started with the lineage. He been started with the lineage, but he gonna start bringing up more and more genealogy, and then boom, it's gonna be full on FBA Indigenous. Watch. He might not call it that, but it's gonna be that. Watch. Mark my word. Watch. I've seen the movie, girl. I've seen this movie. I can mouth the words. I've seen it. I'm telling you. Don't worry about it though. Just do your genealogy, Fefe. Don't worry about it. Star, how do you say your name? Star Stand 4191. Thank you so much for the super chat. And with that being said, I'm about to jump up off here, y'all. Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe. Also, if any of you guys are ever on a live and something happened to where the video or the live gets taken down, I am always at all times streaming live from Twitch and Rumble at Voodoo Dog TV and Welcome to the Dollhouse, I think, on Rumble. So please make sure y'all follow me there as well. Plus, we're gonna be getting into Rumble Gang here soon, so make sure y'all follow me on Rumble. But yeah, please, just so you know, because YouTube been acting crazy because I'm putting out too much truth. Y'all already know how it goes. But anyways, with that being said, though, I'm about to jump up off of here. Get your babe merch. The link is posted to the top of the chat. It is Black Americans versus everybody. And if it ain't that, I don't know what it is. Love y'all down to the ground. Make sure y'all take care of each other. Never pay me back. Pay it forward. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up. It's the beat for me. Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Mix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo dog time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.